Welcome back. I hope you found the last episode interesting and have discovered that the level at which you have sufficient intimacy in your life and you have that sense of community, and if not, how you're going to go about filling that need to some degree or another. This time we're going to have a look at meaning and attention. When we are working or bringing up children, go back to that again, our sense of meaning is often connected to those aspects of our lives. Once we retire, usually there's the world trip or travel of description or another, but there comes a point when you really have to recognize what there is of meaning in your life. Now, for some people, it still is their extended family, particularly if they're taking care of grandchildren. But somehow or other, we have to fill that meaning space with something. And it might be connected with a club or a hobby that you have, but if it isn't, we have to actually decide. I mean, some people are born with a sense of meaning right from the moment they turn up, and it seems as though their lives never vary in that sense. They have a goal, a profession, or a vocation, and it never changes. But for most of us, that's not the case. For most of us, it might just happen that you put meaning into whatever you're doing at the time, or whatever you're doing changes over time and it provides meaning in its own way. But there can come a point where you have to actually make a decision. This is what is going to be meaningful in my life for this period of time. And it doesn't have to be for the rest of your life. It can just be for a few years or a certain period of time, but you have to endow it with meaning so that you have that sense of being purposeful in your life. The second one is attention. Now, normally, particularly when we're older, we bewail the fact that we don't get enough. People often say, I feel invisible, I feel unimportant, I feel as though nobody even notices I'm there. However, attention is in fact a two-way street. Not only do we need to have attention paid to us, and it's a need, it's not something that's selfish, but we also need to give attention. And I wonder, have you ever given someone a compliment, genuinely given someone a compliment, and they just kind of went, oh yeah, well, thanks. And you ended up thinking, oh, that didn't feel so good. Often when you pay someone a compliment, if it's received really well, both of you benefit from that experience. You feel good that you've expressed what's important in your mind at that time, and they feel good because they've received that recognition. So if someone's paying you a compliment or paying attention to you, acknowledge it in a way that's good for both of you. And if somebody doesn't respond in that way when you pay attention to them, maybe it would be an opportunity for you to decide that the gift you give is yours to give. Whether they pick it up or not is up to them. It takes a bit of practice, but it's worth starting to do so that you don't get drawn down when you pay attention to someone and it's not appreciated in the way you would have hoped. So these two, meaning and attention, also very important needs. And as usual, I would encourage you over the next few days to see how they play out in your life. Where do you find your sense of meaning? Or don't you have one yet? And where could you decide this is going to be meaningful in my life? And as far as attention's concerned, where do you receive attention that feels satisfying? And where, of course, we're talking positive attention here, not negative attention. And that's another crucial point as well. So where are you receiving positive attention, and also where are you giving positive attention? And how does that make you feel? So more food for thought. And I'll catch up with you again in another few days. In the meantime, take care, have fun, catch you later.